I know y'all don't care, but I got a Gallade EX in Pokemon.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Judgmental Podcast. I just thought it was funny, because they call us judging people.
Yeah. Welcome to the Judgment Podcast, where we'll be very critical, very judgmental.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, what should we talk about?
We should start about why are we calling this the Judgment Podcast?
Bro,
That's a good place to start.
bro, okay, you can explain it.
You know, sometimes like in life, you just be yourself. And sometimes people are going to misinterpret how you're being. And they may think that you're judging them when realistically, like, you're just being normal. Like, you're just being there. Brings us to an interesting point because it's all perspective, right? It's all perspective because, like, me, like, it could be judgment. Like, me doing what I do here could be considered, like, you're judging me. Like, that's fucked up. Why would you say that? And then for someone else, it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's support, blah, blah, blah. It's
all how you interpret it.
It's how you interpret
right?
it, really.
Yeah. And like I feel like my biggest thing is when someone asks me for something or they tell me something, I'm gonna give them my critical. Like I know sometimes people want to vent, but I just be giving advice. Like I just tell them, like, my brain just thinks of the solution. I also vent to people, but I just let them know, like, yeah, by the way, like, I know what I'm supposed to do, and you also know what I should be doing, but I'm gonna just vent, but I make it known. So
I'm trying my best to become like the type of conversationalist where I can like tell when someone's trying to vent versus when they're actually seeking advice. There's times where you're just saying stuff and people will throw advice at you, and then it's just like, bro, like, I'm really not trying to hear this right now. It's like sometimes you're not in the mode where you want to be receiving advice.
I feel like if you're my friend, I'm automatically gonna give you advice.
Yeah.
If you're like someone I don't consider like a friend, then yeah, I'll just hear you out and just like, cause I know sometimes I come off like too strong with like the advice.
Yeah.
But that's also because like sometimes, bro, people be giving themselves excuses, and I give myself those same excuses, and I've caught myself. So when you give yourself those same excuses, I'm like, bro, some bullshit. Because I know more than anyone. Because I'm also very flawed. That's why I don't think I'm not a judgmental person. Like, but anyways, I was told today that I'm very judgmental by one of my friends. If you're that friend, leave a comment below this video if you just, heard this.
How did that make you feel when they said that?
I was just like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm not judging. I'm the last person to judge anyone, bro. I'm full of flaws, bro. I've come a long way. Yeah, I was just like, damn, what the fuck? That's how you feel about me? But I guess we cleared it up. I always like, if there's anything like vibes are not vibing, you can just tell me, and then I'll make sure the vibes are vibing. Like, if we're friends, like, you should be able to tell me whatever you feel.
I don't think it was ever a vibe isn't vibing type situation, though.
Yeah, but I never want you to feel like, if you're my boy, I never want you to feel like, you can't tell me some shit because I'm going to judge you.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like,
but it's better to have people like that in your life, the people who are going to tell you straight, because, like, I feel like if you live your life with a bunch of people who are always telling you yes, it's gonna like warp your like sense of reality. It's definitely a balancing act, man. Life is really a balancing act, because it's just like you have to be critical of whether or not is this person saying this with my best interest in mind, or are they just chatting shit, or are they just hating, or are they trying to help me? It's difficult, and sometimes even the hate comes from a helpful place. So it's like it's odd. Like my parents, for example, like your parents you might be able to relate to this. Our parents want the best for us, but sometimes they don't know how to do that. Like lately I've been constantly thinking about like, damn, this is really every person's first time on earth. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where were we? I don't know.
First time on earth for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's
like,
first time on earth.
So I was watching this video, and it was like this little kid, and she was like breaking an egg.
Okay.
And then her mom was just waiting for her to break the egg. It took her like 2 minutes, maybe I'm exaggerating, to break it, but she got through it somehow. But it's just like her mom gave her the patience and the time to just learn how to do that skill, right? I forget where I was going with this. Bro, that pause got me fucked up.
Let me just, yeah, that's true. That's also, okay.
Her mom gave her patience, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like
the mom gave her time for her to figure it out on her own. And this way the child knows. Like, that gives you some self-belief.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe I was going within the direction that like I never realized that like sometimes like my mom or like you'll see parents, they'll like rush their kid when they're doing something. They're never really patient with them. But have you ever really stopped to think that like, yo, this is their first time doing this? Like, you crack an egg every single day. It's like whatever, but this is this kid's first time cracking an egg. Like, they're experimenting, they're feeling it out, like figuring it out. So it's like, I don't know. A lot of time people try to like rush the process for you, or like they think they know what's best for you, but it's just like, this is their first time on earth. So they're what they think is best is only based on what they've experienced.
Yeah, and that's what they think.
That's what they
it's
think.
not a fact. It's what you think.
Exactly.
Right? And yeah, and yo, like it's all like, for example, today I went on that run. My mom comes home and she's like, "You're crazy. Why would you go? What if you slip?" And I get where that's coming from. She's coming from a place of love, and I don't want my son to get hurt, and it's cold outside. I'm coming from a place of, bro, I need to go today. Like, today I want to experience the weather while the weather is at that. Like, you can't get this tomorrow. Tomorrow's not gonna snow like this. So sometimes you just gotta do things in the moment. And not everyone's gonna understand. Like, bro, how many people did I see today on the road? Like, I can count on my fingers how many people I saw, right? And like, I don't need to explain it to someone. Like, that's just my experience, how I process that. I'm like, and I realize I'm a very positive individual. I am. I see some snow and I'm like, damn, I gotta go out in the snow, bro. This is fire. Like, I can't believe it's snowing. Like, this is beautiful, Some people are like, damn, it's snowing. I can't do anything today.
And then
it's all mindset.
And look at the interpretation. Your mom said, don't go. Like, it's snowing. You're crazy. Why would you do that? And then you said, as you're running, someone passed you and they were cheering you on, right? Like, we're all coming from different places and different walks of life. At the end of the day, I know what I want. You know what you want. So letting everyone else tell you what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to move, it doesn't make sense. You should know better than anyone else what you want to do.
But that doesn't mean you can't take people's advice.
That's where the filtering process comes in. Like, I think my issue I had for a while was that when I'm hearing it from you, it's just like, oh yeah, that's a fact. When I'm thinking about it myself, I'm not too sure about it,
I used to do that with, like, even, like, for example, like Shreyas. I'll drop names. Like, when Shreyas used to tell me something, I'd be like, yo, that's a fact. Like, this guy's preaching, like, But yo, maybe that doesn't work so well for me. Or maybe I'm just not that person. Or maybe I just don't want to do that like that. But I can take half of what he said. And I feel like, I can make my knowledge grow by just taking bits and pieces of everyone else's knowledge and making it my own. I don't need to take it exactly how it is.
Because like we said, like, everyone has experienced their own stuff, right? So even if Shreyas is talking about a situation that's like identical to your situation,
it's not identical, and it's not identical. It's never going to be 100% identical.
If it was like the exact same situation, he experienced that as Shreyas.
Yes.
So it's just no matter what, it's just not going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
He has a process, you have a process, I have a process.
And it doesn't mean one person's process is wrong.
Exactly.
Like, everyone's process is their process. It's how they want to move, right? And we all have different goals. I feel like our goals overlap, yes, but they're not the exact same goals. Like,
we were talking about that today.
Yeah, we were talking about that today. Like, you want to run the marathon, I want to run the marathon, and Abby wants to run the marathon. But all three of us are different people and we have different goals. Like, you're focusing on your Muay Thai. Like, that's your main goal. Abby's main goal is wrestling, right? For me, my main goal, it's running the marathon. Like, I want to get like a really good time, but also my goal is to like advance in my calisthenics skills. Like, I really want to unlock certain movements, right? So all the training I do is like that. And then, again, all the training you do is for like, and then we have some overlap, but it doesn't mean we all got to do the same shit. Like,
exactly.
We're all different people, different interests,
See, that's why I can't even train with like people constantly. Like today, us all training, that was fire. I had so much fun today. That was a really fun gym session, but I can't do it all the time.
Yeah. It's only fun because it's once in a while.
Exactly.
If it was all the time, you'd actually like start to like resent me or like whoever. Like I feel like when I'm at the gym with like a lot of people all the time, I'm always like, damn, bro, why are you yapping? Like, do your set. Like I've rested like 4 minutes. Like why are you still talking? Like I want to rest 2.5 minutes. Like it's already my set. Like, you know. But that's again, if it's consistently like that. Like, you know, sometimes if I just go with one person, like for example, when I go with Abby, sometimes we don't even talk. We just go a rotation, right? That's okay. I'm okay with that. But sometimes I just want to go by myself. I don't want to go with people. I just want to listen to my music the whole time. I just want to stay locked in, right? What are we talking about?
But that's what it's a podcast.
Yeah,
What's the
you're
point of
right.
having a point to it? Like,
Yeah.
Like, this is not even the judgment podcast. This is more of a vent podcast. We're just venting. Because how could you call me judgmental? Like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Rory was told he has a judgmental face.
I have a judgmental
Make your
face.
judgmental face right now.
I think I'm making. Am I?
Why are you
making?
judging me?
Oh, see? Leave in the comments. What does judgment mean to you? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
How do you be less judgmental?
Yeah.
And when do you guys think is good to give? Bro, I don't know. If I'm wrong, you can let me know. Like, is it okay when someone tells you, like, yo, I'm having this problem, is it okay to give them the fix? Or should you, like, even if the advice I'm giving is wrong, shouldn't I still give the advice that I think is correct in that situation? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Like,
I don't know. I think that falls under the category of like tough love. Like maybe
But yo-
in the moment you may not like it, but like eventually.
but yo, what if the advice you're giving me is wrong? What if that's actually not the correct advice? Then what? Like, for example, so again, I'm not gonna name drop, but one of my boys, yeah, I know. So one of my boys, he had a tough situation where like he had 2 job offers. He already got one, and the other one, like he got, and the second one he got was his dream job, but then the first one he got was also technically his dream job. You
Okay.
You
Dream job and
probably
dream
know. You probably.
Oh yeah.
You get it? Okay. Okay. So in that situation, I said, "Fuck the first job, get the second job." But bro took the first job, and he's very happy with it. But that doesn't mean my advice is false. I genuinely thought in that moment it would have been better if he took the second job. But no, my advice was wrong in that. Like, I guess like he made the decision. He went with his gut feeling. He stuck to what he wanted, and now he's very happy and successful, right? If he took my advice, maybe he wouldn't have been in this current situation that he's in right now. Maybe he would have been like, fuck, I should have just went with that. But that doesn't mean I was trying to set him up to fail. Like, that's what I would have done. Like, that's just, maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm not in that situation, so I don't know would I have done that? I don't know.
That's where it comes back to. It's coming from a good place. I think largely when it comes to people in your circle, I think what matters most is like the intentions. Like, you could give me advice that doesn't help me, but if your intentions are good, then I think that's a good person to have around you, right? Versus someone who's like, they're just being a hater.
What if they're telling you what you want to hear with bad intention, though?
Then I think that's not bad. I think that's bad.
That's bad.
I think that's bad. I feel like I was thinking about this today. I was like, what makes a good person? I think like sometimes you'll have like bad feelings, right? Bad emotions and shit. And like before I used to think that like bad feelings or bad emotions make me a bad person. Like if I ever felt jealous, I'd be like, oh my gosh, why am I feeling this? That's terrible. I don't think bad feelings and emotions make you a bad person because feelings and emotions are like kind of out of your control. I think it's your intentions and your actions.
With those emotions.
Yeah.
Like if you're jealous and you act on it.
Yeah.
Or,
it's like
it depends though.
I feel like it's intention and action because you could have bad intentions, but the action you do is good. But I think that's a
okay. Bad intention, but the action you do is good. Okay. How?
I think that, huh? Like,
Put it in an example.
let's say I do something for you, so that's a good action. But the reason I'm doing for it is
Okay, yeah. That's actually worse.
Yeah.
That's bad. I'd rather you do something Nah.
Nah.
Bad for me, but you thought it was correct for me.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow. But there's negatives in both.
Mm.
Negatives in both. Wow, that's tough.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Yeah. I just feel like at least with the second one, fam, you know that person had the best intentions for you. So there's nothing to be mad about. Like there's no bad like feelings. I'm not thinking like, oh, this person's out to get me. I'm like, yo, I know you told me that, but I just chose not to listen to it because I thought that wasn't the best thing for me. But I appreciate you actually giving me your opinion. Because it's your opinion,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like it's what you think is right for me, but maybe I don't think that's right for me. You know, like, yeah, like a lot of people were telling me about like the 75 hard and like, oh, I should do this and this and this. But I told them like, at the end of the day, it's my decision. And I think right now it's not the right time for me to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. But they probably were coming from a good place.
Yeah, they were coming from a good place, and that I appreciate that because I know like deep down they're saying it for me. There's, you know, and I like actually getting called out. I like getting called out, bro. I like getting called out on my bullshit. I actually enjoy it because it's like I'll give myself so many excuses that I buy the excuse, and then someone will call me out, and then I'm like, look at that, you piece of shit. You made all these excuses. And just one person was able to destroy all those excuses and shove the truth back in your face.
You're very good when it comes to that.
What?
When people give you advice, you're very willing to receive it.
I always,
very
bro. I
well
love it.
received.
I love it when people tell me their opinion, all that
When
shit.
people catch me on my bullshit, like in the moment, I'm kind of just like, ugh,
Fuck.
fuck. And then I'm just like, and then I sit with it, and then I'm just like, okay, you were right. You're right. But I'll be willing to say that you're right.
Yeah.
I'll be
Maybe
willing
not
to-
right away. Maybe not right
It may
away.
take a minute, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you that you're right. But it kind of sucks in the moment.
Because again, maybe you don't want to hear it right then and there.
Exactly.
But yo, I'm telling you because, yeah, maybe if you're gonna go back on your word and you're gonna do it in front of me, I'm gonna let you know that last week you let me know that you didn't want to go back on your word, and now you're going back on your word. Like, why would I not point that out? And you've done that for me.
Yeah.
Bare times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, but what about the snap you sent?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, right,
shit.
right.
Like,
And to
shit.
be honest, the fact that you're feeling some type of way about it means that they're hitting a point.
Yeah, of course.
They're striking-
or you wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah,
You'd
they're striking a chord because they're saying something that's true.
Yeah, yeah,
Or else you wouldn't, as you said, you wouldn't care. So,
yeah, yeah.
yo, we really brought that full circle somehow.
Yeah, let's go.
That came full circle somehow. It kind of went full circle. No, we had a plan, bro. We had a plan.
No, yeah, we had a plan. We had a plan.
We had a plan.
I'm gonna end it. That was more than the break.
Okay, welcome. Thank you for watching the Judgment Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we discuss judgment. I'd honestly like to see the people in the comments, tell me about like intentions versus actions versus emotions. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
You can do the outro, fam. Do an outro. Let's see you do an outro. Cook an outro right now.
Well, there's a lot I could say, but the best thing to say on this channel is work the hardest.
To be the best.
All right, we'll call it at that.
Let's go.